Greetings. Welcome to EDTV News Channel, the People's Channel. In this report, we have a few stories for talk about. Some shootings and some dropouts coming out of the nation capital, Kingston, Manchester, the troubled parish, and St. Elizabeth, the food basket parish. And also we have an update on the two police officers that are now detained for a triple dropout in East Kingston. Stay tuned for the full reports. Blessings to all subscribers and viewers. If you're here for the first time, you can support the channel by like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell. So we'll start off in the troubled parish of Manchester. Bus driver shot and taken out at Ormond Technical. So we'll get into the latest report. A school bus driver was shot and taken out at Ormond Technical High in northeast Manchester early Friday morning. He has now been identified as Rowan Gentles, otherwise called Scrooge, a resident of Chaldee District. Preliminary reports are that about 8:10 a.m. he was ambushed by a gunman as he was awaiting to load the institution coaster bus to transport the school's under 16 and under 14 football teams to a match in Spalding. Classes have now been dismissed at the school. This latest incident increases to 45 the number of dropouts in Manchester since the start of the year, compared to 39 for the corresponding period last year.
Harold Newman, coach of Ormond Technical football team.
Mr. Newman, you were just explaining to me that the gentleman who was fatally shot here was supposed to transport you and the students to a match. Could you just tell me about that?
Well, we have a U14 and a U16 match. It was scheduled to play last week Saturday, but it was rained out. So it's a rescheduled the game for today at 10 and 12. So we're getting ready to go to that game over by Knox.
When this incident happened?
Yeah, he was here preparing to take the student, the footballers, to Knox for the game.
So a situation like this, no doubt has left you traumatized. You knew the driver personally. What kind of person was he?
He was a jovial person. He's like a father to the youth them. They rap, they talk, they joke. He was a good person. I don't have any problem with him. And all the kids and him have a good rapport.
About how long has he been working here, based on your information?
I'm not sure. I've been here, I know it's over 3 years now.
Now, people, we'll move on, this time to the nation capital, Kingston, where we'll talk about another school shooting early this morning. Father shot and taken out close to school in Kingston. So we'll get into the report. The St. Andrews South Police have launched an investigation into the shooting dropout of a man outside a primary school in Kingston on Friday. He has now been identified as Deshaun Newry, a 36-year-old resident of Barbican Road address. Reports are that about 8:30 a.m., Newry dropped off his two kids at the school and was returning to his car when a lone gunman opened fire on him. He was taken to the hospital where he was pronounced you know what. Now, people, we'll move on, but still in the nation capital. Bling shot and taken out in daylight gun attack on Policeman Drive. So we'll get into the report. A man who is believed to have been connected to a gang in Top Jungle, Arnett Gardens, was shot and taken out by gunmen traveling on a motorcycle along Policeman Drive in Kingston on Thursday. The deceased is 33-year-old Stuart Burton, otherwise known as Bling. Reports are that about 11 a.m., Burton was walking along the roadway when a motorcycle was driven up with two men aboard who brandished handguns opened fire, hitting him several times. The gunmen then fled the scene. Burton was assisted to the hospital where he was pronounced you know what. No motive has been identified for the gun attack, but the Kingston Western Police are probing the development. Now, people, we'll move on. This time to the Food Basket Parish of Jamaica, St. Elizabeth. So we'll get into the report. Police charged 2 men in connection with supermarket robbery in Magate last month. The St. Elizabeth police have arrested and charged 2 men following investigation into the robbery of a supermarket in Magate last month that resulted in the dropout of a resident. Speaking at Thursday monthly meeting of the St. Elizabeth Municipal Corporation, Superintendent Coleridge Minto stated that the men were on Thursday morning charged with offenses of dropout, conspiracy, robbery with aggravation, using a firearm to commit a felony, possession of a prohibited weapon, and unauthorized possession of ammunition. They have been identified as 30-year-old Romano Smile, otherwise called Smiley or Little Smiley, him know him not smile now, an electrician, and 35-year-old Sean Reed, otherwise known as Soji, both from Nat Patrick in Manchester. Superintendent Minto further revealed that there are 2 other suspects that the police are pursuing. At an appropriate time, I will name them as persons of interest for the public, he said. The police alleged that on October 19, the men entered the supermarket in Magate and posed as customers. One of the men brandished a handgun and the other stood at the door as the lookout. The man with the gun allegedly jumped over the counter and robbed the owner of an undetermined amount of phone cards, cigarettes, and money. During the robbery, 62-year-old Agri Atkinson, a businessman of Russell Hill District, St. Elizabeth, was shot and taken out. The men escaped in a waiting motor car. Now, people, we'll move on. Last but not least, Indicom provide details after cops detained for a triple dropout. So we'll get into the report. The Independent Commission of Investigation, Indicom, has provided more details in the case where 2 policemen were detained following the fatal shooting of 3 men in East Kingston. Reports from the police are that on November 10, 2 members of the Kingston East Division Police were on patrol when they reportedly encountered a group of men along Windward Road. It is reported that during the encounter, gunfire was exchanged, resulting in the dropout of 3 men. One of the Jamaica Constabulary Force JCF members sustained a non-life-threatening injury. The police in a release said 2 illegal firearms were reportedly recovered from the crime scene. Indicom in a release said it commenced an investigation into the dropout of the 3 young men, 17-year-old O'Shane Stubbs, 19-year-old Orlando Campbell, and 20-year-old Keishan Simit, who were fatally shot by the 2 police officers. Indicom in their release said their investigation revealed that no body-worn cameras were issued or worn by the police officers. Significant evidence was uncovered by Indicom during its early investigation action, which necessitated the urgency of Indicom seeking the assistance of the Jamaica Constabulary Force JCF. Under the law, Indicom is required to engage the JCF to effect any arrest of any law enforcement officers or agent of the state. Indicom investigative team have primary investigative responsibility of this incident, the release stated. On November 12, 2024, Indicom formally wrote to the JCF requesting the arrest and detention of the 2 of their members who were involved in the triple dropout shooting of the 3 young men on November 10. In a release from Indicom stated, the JCF advised Indicom on Wednesday, November 13, that the request of the Commission was completed. The 2 officers will be detained detained pending judge's rule interview by Indicom. So there you have it, people. Please leave your comments in the comment section.